messed up my shoulder from 6 months of like sleeping incorrectly, and I was getting all these stress migraines, which eventually turned out to be from like teeth grinding. So I was having a lot of TMJ, I think is what they call it. Yeah, TMJ. I was having a lot of lockjaw and just like really bad migraines from a lot of things going on. And I was having a lot of crowding happening in the very first part of my bottom teeth, these middle sections, which I had as a kid, but they said I would never need braces and it wouldn't ultimately be a problem. But they were starting to shift as I was moving here through my 30s. And last but not least, my bite was kind of changing as I grew in adulthood. I was focusing on one side of my mouth because it was uncomfortable on one side, and I didn't actually realize all those things were happening in tandem. So when I was here getting a cleaning one day, my hygienist, Richard, who is amazing, he said, these are a couple different issues. I had spoken to him about the lockjaw and things at prior sessions. And he said, you could really consider the Invisalign service. In addition to like obviously fixing that crowding that's happening in your lower teeth, it may have an effect with the way you're grinding or the way that like your bite is happening. Now, obviously there are no guarantees, which is a great thing to preface any conversation with. But I decided to take the plunge and hop into that treatment based on those three things. No one wants to see necessarily the braces with the rubber bands, and it's like, that's a lot of maintenance, that's a lot of work, that's a lot of visibility into like, I'm trying to improve myself. Whereas the Invisalign felt very subtle and it felt very achievable. The way it was described to me was like something that I felt like I could do as like a daily habit of like, you just have to remember to use your trays on a regular basis when you're not eating. It's kind of weird, but I really liked having the trays on my mouth. It was like a little mouth hug all the time. After a couple of weeks or months of doing it, it was like if I left the house without my teeth in, it's like I left my phone at home or something. And that tickled me often about the whole process. Oh, I'm smiling a whole lot more. I mean, I have always been a really big smiler. I like my smile. I've always liked my smile, but it just feels really nice knowing that like this is the smile that I worked really hard for, and that it's very healthy and that it feels really natural. Whereas here, it really feels like it's catering to adults. AFD has always really been great about listening to my requests and the feedback that I've had when I've come in with concerns or not come in with concerns. It's just been a really positive experience, all things considered. Probably like most of your clients, I was a referral by someone who already comes here, a coworker named Alex. I had just moved back into the country from a stint abroad, and I was resettling here in Little Rock and looking for a dentist. And she said, oh, my dentist is really great, and they have this really cool referral program, and they also hand you a menu of services when you get in, so you'll really feel like it's the white glove treatment, which is 1000% true. If something's making you unhappy, like, you have options to change it, and it doesn't have to be this drastic big thing. Like, change can be really small, and it can be something that you talk about multiple times, right? You don't have to jump into anything, whether you're locking your jaw or you have crowding in your teeth. Like, have a conversation with the people here at AFD, right? Let them tell you what the options are, and like set your mind at ease that like there is a solution out there that will fit for you, your budget, or your lifestyle. And it doesn't have to be done today, but like if you don't even know the options, you're gonna feel stuck. And like, one thing I can't stand is feeling stuck, right? So just have the conversation, find out what your options are, and then you can go from there. Go ahead and have the conversation, come in, see if you like it. You can change providers for anything, whether you're seeing a doctor, a therapist, or a dentist, or your grocery store, right? You can make a choice, try it out and see what happens. But I can guarantee that if you come here, you're not gonna miss on that choice. These are some of the most welcoming, friendly, kind, considerate people in Arkansas who give back to the community, who show up for the community in all the different spaces that exist in Little Rock. You wouldn't make a mistake coming here.